Hello fellow Billy Joel fans, and welcome to the tutorial for Don't Ask Me Why by, well, of course, by Billy Joel on the Glass Houses album. Fun song. Has basically about 4 different things you need to learn. You need to learn how to do the intro and what's kind of an interlude in between all the verses, and it's like this. That's something that's highly misunderstood by people and usually not played correctly because the sheet music, of course, is terrible. Sheet music has it written like this. That's not what he's playing. It just isn't what he's playing. They're trying to replicate the sound of the recording, which is a combination of a couple of 12-string guitars and bass and a lot of percussion and the piano going. So we'll teach you that. We'll teach it to you the right way. You need to learn how to play the verses, which is like this. That you're going to learn. You need to learn what to do. There are 2 sections that follow this chord progression. One time you just go, into the verses, and then of course there's the very fun and kind of famous thing, and we'll go into that, and I'll give you a couple of different options on that. I'll show you how you can do it as a solo piano player. I'll also show you exactly how it's being done on the record, and I'll show you a couple of live tricks that he does on this song as well. So I have plenty to do, so I will get moving with the first chapter coming up next, and that's where we're going to learn that little maneuver. And you can skip right over it if you've already learned that from the free tutorial I put up on YouTube for it. So I'll see you there, or I'll see you in the next chapter. Okay, well, let's take a look at this intro. First of all, let's look at what each hand is doing. The full lick together, as I played in the introduction to this video, is so what's happening? Well, in the left hand, we're in the key of B flat, by the way. Here's your middle C. So I need you to find 2 B flats below middle C, right there. You're going to want to put your pinky there, and you're going to want to put your index finger on an F. Like so. You're going to play those together. And then you're going to, with your thumb, play a G, and then come down on an E natural with your index finger, like this. So do you see how my pinky hits this note and basically just stays on it, just lets it ring? Let me play that a little slower. So that's what the left hand is doing through this whole thing. It's just that constant. In your right hand, you want to find the B flat just below middle C with your thumb. You want to put your index finger here on D. You want your pinky clear up here on this B flat. Okay? There's the first part of the lick right there. You play these two notes, then you come up, brush this B flat with your pinky, and then this B flat again with your thumb. Okay? So we've learned that. Ba-da-da. Okay? The next part of it goes like so. We're going to an E flat. So E flat, low B flat, high B flat. See, bottom, bottom. So that whole line, let me play it slow. Okay. See how we're doing that? It's kind of, it's almost like this B flat's a gatekeeper. Every time you want to hit a new note, you have to play it first, almost. Okay, now from here, the last part of that is this note, this D flat, and I'm sorry I kind of botched it and went but I did it again. It's because I've got these two fingers tucked under like that so you can see what's happening. It's kind of throwing my rhythm off, but there you go. That is the whole line. Ba da 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 da. And then you can come down and play that B flat one last time, like so. Now if you want to, you don't have to play these two as a chord on the first note. It can just be let me play that a little slower for you. can do that. I like to play these two together. It just thickens it a little bit, because remember, this is your downbeat. This is the beginning of your measure. So it's like 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So it helps kind of solidify the downbeat, and let everyone know, hey, this is the key we're in. But you don't have to do that. You can just play the D by itself, like that, and it will have a very similar effect. See? So let's play both hands together a little bit slower so you can see what's happening here. And by the way, I press down on the sustain pedal, and I go and then up and back down for the downbeat. So, in other words, let me just do a little thing on the pedal here. It's like down, up, 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 down. So I'm basically, every time we hit the beginning of the measure, I push down on I lift up and then push back down on the pedals. So that's what I'm doing. You can decide to do something different if you like the sound of it better. Okay, so here is both hands together, kind of in slow motion. That's the whole intro. And by the way, you can thank Billy Joel's Storytellers on VH1 for this tidbit of information, because I used to struggle. I knew this wasn't right. Because that's what they had written in the sheet music, and I knew it didn't sound quite right, but I didn't know what was right. And in Billy Joel's Storytellers, he was doing a demonstration on what songs that he could think of were directly influenced by the Beatles, and one that he launched into was this, and his band wasn't prepared for it. So basically what he did was he just started playing it, and I heard what he was doing. He went, and then he goes B flat, and the band started coming along with him, so that's where I learned it. That's how I know it is correct. So for those of you who've seen Billy Joel Storytellers, you'll be able to watch the tape and then you'll go, yeah, Steve's right. There it was. So anyway, I'll see you in the next section where we're going to learn the verse. Alrighty, so I'll see you there. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the verse here. Basically, we're in B flat chords, and it's actually relatively simple. What's happening here is you're just kind of playing. Most of that time, you're just going da, da, da. You're not. Now, one thing that you're going to see, a lot of times people like to ornament this and do stuff like I'm I'm not going to teach you that because one, that's not what's happening, and two, it's really, really muddy. It's not very effective. I mean, I can do it. It's not really what's being played. It doesn't serve the material that well. All that's really being done is that's really all that's being done. So that's what I'm going to teach. I will show you a little kind of a fun thing. If you ever see Billy live, occasionally you'll see him do this. He'll go, you know, all the waiters in your Grand Cafe. So I'm going to teach you how to do that little maneuver, and that you can throw in or not throw in at your leisure. So let's look at the left hand first. It's B flats, okay? And it's B flat, C, D, B flat, C, D, C, D, E, okay? Now here's the rhythm pattern, okay? Follow me, we're going. See here that ba da 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 da. That's very important. Okay. From there it goes down to F, and it's F, G, A, F, G, A, B flat. Okay? And on the B flats, you just start going in quarter notes. So bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, just steady like that. So follow me, I'm going to play the whole line in the left hand. I'm going to play it slow. Let me get a metronome going here so that you can hear it, because we have some syncopation going on here. Okay. One, 2, 1, 4. So this is actually eighth notes, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, go. Sorry. Run, dum, 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 dum. Again. Okay, I'm actually going to slow the tempo down just a little bit and do it a couple more times, because I don't think this is not difficult in terms of the notes. You know, this is not melodically that hard. The trick in this one, as is the trick with most of these songs actually, is rhythmic. You have to become a rhythmic player to play Billy Joel well, because he is a rhythmic player. 1 and 2 and here we go. And sorry about that. See, I just botched. I make mistakes too. 1, 2, here we go now. Bum. again, and bum. Ignore that, here we go again. One, now, bum, 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 bum. Again, now, bum, bum. Okay, now, so that's where your left hand is going. Your right hand is on a B flat chord like this, F, B flat, and D. So you simply play here, and then you move to what looks like an E flat chord. It's actually over a C bass, so it's like a C minor 7, but G, B flat, and E flat. And then another B flat chord here, B flat, D, and F. So you're and then you simply repeat that. Bum, 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 bum. Then from here you go to a C7 chord, which is G, B flat, and E natural. And then it's a B flat chord, which is B flat, D, and F. So you're here. And then it's a C7 again, B flat, E, and G. So, like this. So let's look at that line up to that point. Okay, now the last part of that is that you go bum, 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 bum. See, bum, bum, bum. See? Okay, now from there, you go, I play it here, and you're going to stretch your hand a little bit. It's an F chord, F, A, and then I play an F on top with it. And it's here, and then I keep my pinky on F. Bum, bum. That becomes a G minor 7, which is a G and a B flat with the F. And then an F chord here, A, C, and F. So it's see how that works? Bum, 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 bum. Okay? The next place we're going is this B flat chord here. So let's take a look at that entire line so far for what we've learned. 1, 2, 2, and here we go. Okay, well again. And here we go. Okay, so far I haven't put the hands together for you yet. We'll do that at the end, but so far we've gotten okay, so all we need to learn at this point is what to do once we've come out of so when you hit this B flat chord, you're gonna go bum bum bum, and then you play an E flat chord, bum bum ba dum. So it's bum bum ba, and then you simply come down with your fourth finger on that D flat. Bum bum ba dum. So what does it look like? Here we go. Bum 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 bum. So bum 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 bottom, bum 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 bottom. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to look at both hands together at a really kind of a slow tempo and give you an idea of what's happening with both hands at the same time. 1, 2, here we go now. Okay, let me do that again. 3 and 4 and. So that is what's happening. Now what I want to show you now, just for your own fun, if you want to throw it in there, okay, that little thing that he does live every once in a while. What it is he's simply doing an arpeggio up on a C chord. So it's C, E, G, C. Now here's middle C, so it's a C and an octave above that. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. So this is kind of like on, it comes in so that when you hit this note, this is the downbeat, 1. One, dun, dun. Actually, I believe it's 3, but it's like 3, 4, 4, 3, 4. So that's the important thing to know, is that this whole, that little maneuver there is kind of just thrown together. But not da 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 da. I'm going to turn the metronome on. Well, let me show you the notes, and then I'm going to turn the metronome on and do it slow so you can kind of see how it fits into the counts, the counting. Because again, it's a very rhythmic thing. So you have your arpeggio up, C, E, G, C, then back down, G, E, C, then you wrap over, and you play B flat, and then G. And that's all there is to it. C, G, C, G, E, C, B flat, G. So, how does it play in context? At real speed, it's like, okay, but at slow speed, so you can see where it fits in. 1 and 2, and here we go, and okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, here we go. 1. Okay, let me do it one more time just so you can feel it. 3, 1, up, and there you go. So if you want to, you can throw that in as often or as little as you want. So in the next chapter, what we're going to do is learn how to take that out. We've just finished the verse, and you go into the little tag that's like, don't ask for favors, don't talk to strangers, don't ask me why, that whole thing. So I'll show you that in the next chapter, and I'll see you there. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the little tag at the end of the verses that goes, back into the intro. So where are we? The left hand is really pretty simple. It's just going to be playing quarter notes. Over here on B flat, it's just B B flat, A, G, G, F, F, E, E, F, F. Okay, now you're back to the intro. B flat, A, G, G, F, F, E, E, F, F. Okay? That's all there is to it. Okay, now, so the movement's really happening in the right hand. What are we doing in the right hand? Well, we're on a B flat chord, and here's the maneuver that we're going to use. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Okay? So how am I doing that? I'm playing the full chord twice. Bum, 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 bum. And then I'm using just the top two fingers. Ba-dum, ba-dum. And kind of using them like a hinge. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Coming down with my thumb on its note. So bum, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And that's what we're going to be doing with every chord that we play in this little section, basically. Ba-dum, ba-dum. So that's our first one. Then we go up here. This is what I think is the right voicing. It's a D7 chord. Now technically if you wanted to, you could just do it here. Or however you want to do it is fine, but to me, I like the voicing when it goes. Okay? So that's how I'm going to teach it. But just if you know your chords, it's a B flat and then a D7. So here we go. B flat. And then A, C, and F sharp. Same maneuver. Then G minor, which is G, B flat, and D. And then it goes to like an F minor 6 in a way, except it's really not. It's actually, it's labeled something else. I'm not too concerned with what the labeling is, but these are the right notes: F, A flat, and D. I think it's labeled as a D minor chord with a flatted fifth or a D diminished or something like that. So over an F bass. But this is your right chord: F, A flat, and D. Ba-dum, ba-dum. So we've gone from B flat, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. And then this is an E. It's called an E diminished half. It's an E half diminished 7, meaning that it's an E diminished chord with a full dominant 7th in it. So you play basically a G minor chord over an E bass. So ba-dum, ba-dum, G, B flat, and D. So take a look at that whole progression again. And then you're on the E flat chord. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Remember that little maneuver that we just got done doing in the other, toward the end of the verse? Ba-dum, ba, D flat. And then you're ready to go again. So here's the whole line all the way through with just the right hand. And with the left hand just playing its quarter notes really slow, it's like this. Let me do that again. One more time. And when you pick up speed a little bit, it comes off like this. See? Bum, bum, ba-dum. And then when you get up to full speed, and that part you've already learned. So congratulations, you now have almost all of the song. We're just going to take a look in the next section at where you go, you can say the human heart is only make-believe. We're going to look at that, and then we'll look at the piano solo. And then, by golly, you've learned this whole song. So I'll see you in the next chapter. Alright, so what we're going to be looking at now is the first bridge, where he comes in and goes, you can say the human heart is only make-believe, and I am only fighting fire with fire. Okay, now here's the tricky thing. If you want to be authentic to the recording, all they're really doing is holding chords. They're just going. Well, the problem with that is, like, for them it worked fine because they had a drummer going. So the whole time through you've got some pace because Liberty DeVito was back there doing his little thing, So you na 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 na. So they didn't need to be playing chords. If it were me and I were going to be playing this, I'll show you what the chords are, and if you're playing in a group or if you come up with accompaniment tracks or something, you're going to want to just go. But if you're playing it as a solo piano piece, which a lot of you probably are going to, I'm going to encourage you to kind of use your left hand, not just as the root of the chord, but also to kind of make up for the trap set, which would be to go. how much that changes the feel. Because in one case, I'll just sing it. You go, you can say the human heart is only make-believe, and I am only fighting fire with fire. You are still a victim of the accidentally, as sure as I'm a victim of desire. Or you can go, you can say the human heart is only make-believe, and I'm only fighting fire with fire. But you are still a victim of the accidents you leave, sure as I'm a victim of desire. It just changes it totally in terms of what the piano sounds like by itself, gives it pace. So I'll teach you the chords, and I'm going to teach it to you with that on there. But if you want to be authentic to the recording, you're just going to go. All right. So the first chord is an F. You're going to play octave Fs, and I usually play it right here. A, C, and F. This is middle C. Then it goes down to an E flat chord, which if I were on an 88 key keyboard, I'd probably just play it down here, but I don't have that second E flat down there. I don't have a low enough keyboard for it. So it's F, then E flat major, which is G, B flat, and E flat with E flat octaves in the bottom. Then again, F. Then B flat, which I play here, F, B flat, and D. And that's the only real movement that's in there. One, dum, dum. You bounce off of this chord, move to an E flat chord real quick, and then come right back to B flat. You have a G7 chord, which I play here, F, B, and D. Then a C7 chord, G, B flat, and E. Then back to G7, back to C7, and then F7, which is F, A, C, and E flat. Okay, so watch that whole thing play out. I'm just going to do the chords by themselves. So you've been going. That's how simple that is. So now what do you do differently if you want to add pace? Your bass line is going to be going da 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 all the way through ba 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 ba. So it would be F F F F F E flat E flat E flat E flat E flat F F F F F B flat B flat B flat B flat G G G G G C C C C C G G G G G C C C F F. Okay, because that's where it's at. 1 2 3 4. So again, watch that whole thing. I'll just play it. I'm going to be a little bit slower, but not much. So when you play the chord with it, here's what happens. You still just land on it and hold it, but instead of getting, you get this. So let me do that again, and I won't screw up the end, okay? So you go 1 da 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 ba 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 a ba 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 a ba ba. Okay? So that's what I would do if I were playing it solo, which is what I think a lot of you are going to be doing, because it just kind of makes up for the fact that you don't have the drummer doing his little, you know. So let me see here. That whole section together looks like you are wait. You can claim the human heart is only make-believe, and I'm only fighting fire with fire. You are still a victim of the accidents you lead, as sure as I'm a victim of desire. All this. So that's what I'd be doing if I were playing this one by myself, which I have done many, many times. All right, next section is going to be the same chord progression we've just looked at, but instead we're going to be looking at that cool piano solo that goes on, okay? So I'll see you there, and we'll learn what I think is the most fun part of the whole tune. Okay, in our final chapter we're going to be looking at the piano solo. I'm just going to tell you right now, I play this pretty sloppily usually. This is not a song that I do live a whole lot, and so I haven't put in hours and hours of practice. I do know exactly how to play it. I just don't necessarily play it well all the time, but I can show you the notes, and I will slow it down and show you exactly what to play. Many of you will probably learn to play this solo better than I will, unless I get a gig at some point in time doing a Billy Joel tribute show where I get to play it on a regular basis. So, because the sort of the realities of being a regular kind of touring musician yourself is that you get good at the stuff that you're playing all the time, and there's not a whole lot of time to practice what you're not playing. So, but here we go. What it looks like, obviously, is this. So what I'll go through is I'm going to break that down piece by piece for you so you can see what he's doing. Now, this is another one of those times where I have to give you some advice, both from the point of view of, are you going to play it by yourself, and then what is really true to the record. Well, the record, I read a little bit about this. There were he overdubbed 15 piano parts on that. So he went through and doubled and tripled and quadrupled each part and whatnot. So it's not going to sound exactly the same as the record no matter what you do, because there's a timbre that you can't achieve with one instrument that you can with all of those. But what essentially they did is he played it up here like I was, and then he doubled that part it's a so the whole thing is being done an octave below with his left hand. Now that's a very cool sound. The problem becomes that when you want to do the piano solo, you lose your foundation, you lose your rhythm section pretty fast if you're playing this by yourself and you've been going. You do that, it's fine, but you kind of lose the root. So you might consider when you're playing it by yourself to just so that you can actually have a bass note and some rhythm. So you know that I'll teach you what you can do with your left hand, and then I'll show you kind of what's going on up here, and you can make the determination yourself. So the right hand is where the story is. We're starting here. I want you to pay attention to where we're at. Here's middle C, here's an octave above middle C, the D above that, D, B flat, and D. And I'm going to let you kind of let your eyeballs do the work, because I think that if I try and talk you through note by note by note by note, it'll actually confuse you more than help. So watch what I'm doing, and I'll do it slow. Let me do that much again. Just watch this part. You can use this combination of fingering 1, 3, and 5, or you can use 1, 4, and 5. I don't care. Whatever feels right to you. See how that's just kind of moving down in incremental steps? So B flat, or D, B flat, and D, C, A, and C, B, G, and B, C, A, and C. And you're basically like that through almost the whole solo, with octaves and a third below the top octave. There we go. Bottom, bottom. Then we're here. B flat, G, B flat. So let me play through that far. One more time, even slower. Okay? And by the way, if you're having a hard time getting started with this because it's just really screwing with you, you can simplify it by just playing the octaves. At full speed, a lot of times I'm playing just the octaves, depending on, I might go. I cheat like that all the time and just play the octaves, but I'm showing you the full authentic version. So we've learned this much. Then you come to octave E flats and it goes bum 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 bum, E flat, G, B flat, and then we do this again. See? The E flat there is very important. Because see how much it changes it if I play an E natural. In real time, people probably gloss over it, but it's really... that's what we want. Okay, now we have G, just octave Gs. 1, 2, 3. It's G, 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 B, D, F, A. When you get to the A, then you come down and you play your third again. Okay, and then it's C, F sharp, D, and F sharp. So again. One more time. And then here, if you want to, you can do your little, just kind of wobble your wrist like a hinge. Okay? From here, we come back down to here, actually. And it goes. Okay? G, B, G, D, B, F, D, A, F, D, B, G, B, D, C. I always struggle with, I haven't really come up with a fingering yet that I like the best. I kind of do it a little bit differently every time, but I think thumb, index, thumb, middle finger, index, 4, 2, pinky, and then roll over your thumb. And then you come down on octave Cs. And this is one where, you know, some people love this about me as a teacher, some people probably hate it, but the truth is, I kind of encourage you to come up with your own fingerings. I'm not going to give you the right one. Everybody's body is a little bit different. I'm sure that conventional piano lessons would tell you that there are some fingerings that your fingers are just built better to use. I'm always happy to show you the ones that I tend to use, but that doesn't make them right. If you have worked it out with your hand to do something different and it works for you, then do it. So that's just my little deal. So once again, here we go. And from here we come down to F's and we go, it's chromatic. So it's just F, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, B flat. So the whole line, take a look in kind of slow motion. Again. Okay, so that's where the story is. Your left hand just comes down on F's. Bottom, bottom, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. So it's F, bum, bum. E flat, bum, bum. Back to F, F, bum, bum. B flat, bum, bum, bum. G, bum, bum. C, bum, bum. G, bum, bum. C, bum. And then, if you want to, that's, you can do that if you want to. It's F. The same thing that you did up here, it's just down in the left hand. F, E, F, G flat, G, A flat, A, B flat. So the way that plays out is now here's the bass line. Bottom, bum, 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 bum. So bum, 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 then bum, 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 bum. On that B flat, bum, 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 bum. So watch that in slow motion. da, ba da 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 da, bum bum, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da, ba da 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 da. Okay, and again, here we go. And again, I know I'm playing wrong notes here, but I've shown you the notes up here. What I'm trying to do right now is show you how they fit together. Sorry guys, here we go. So, and you can play around with that. That's just a blueprint pattern. You know, like I said, the real thing is that the bass player is just kind of going bah, and the drummer is the one kind of holding the pace. The drummer keeps going all the way through that, going. And the bass player is just kind of holding long notes. Duh. And Billy in his left hand is going like this. He's basically doubling what's going on in the thumb and the pinky an octave below. So he's going like this. Here he goes to this chord, this G and E, and then all of a sudden you hear so that's what he's doing, really. So we're kind of making something up down here that'll just work so that you don't lose all sense of where you are. But if you want to play it the way it is on the record, then what you have to do is come up and double that. Okay, so that's kind of where this is all at. I'm going to show you a couple of little things. The other thing is when you go into the solo, you're going. You do a glissando, usually about from this neighborhood, right around this part of the keyboard. So we were here. If you're playing on a piano, use your fingernail. it's fine when you're on one of these little keyboards like I'm on. You can use your knuckle, you can use anything you want because it doesn't hurt. But if you're on a real piano and you don't use your fingernail, it is going to hurt when you do those glissandos. Okay, so that's one thing. Here, he goes, live, you will usually see him do this. He'll do a glissando from the top, right into, so you'll hear this, you'll hear. So that's something you can throw in there too, right after the. Okay, so that's everything I know about that solo. Again, remember that this is, he probably went through, I would guess, and did this about 3 or 4 times. He went through and probably played it in 3 different octaves like that, and he might have doubled that to her, you know, he might have doubled or tripled that part underneath. So there's a very thick sound on that recording. You're not going to be able to make it sound exactly like that with one piano. They can't do that live either. But if you ever watch, when you do see him play live, his keyboard player will literally, he'll double that part with him. They'll both go. So they are in sync because it's supposed to be a really thick thing. It's not just one piano, but you got to figure out how to make it work on your lonesome. So what I would do, if it gives you lots of troubles, just hold a whole note down in the left hand and just go. Into that. So that is how that goes, and you'll get to put your own spin on it. You get to make your own adjustments to it, but that's okay. Remember, it's an interpretive art. This is an interpretive art. I doubt that Billy Joel plays anything exactly the same way twice. Plays it similarly, very similarly in a lot of cases, but probably not exactly. Okay, I'll do a quick wrap up in the next chapter, and then we're out of here, gang. Alright, this is the part of the video where I just kind of piece the song together. I'll play it all the way through. I can't sing it all the way through. That's a violation of copyright. But I will show you exactly where everything goes so that you can take these components that we've learned and string them into a song. You start out with the intro that we learned. Then the verse. verse. Okay, final tag. The intro becomes an outro. Don't ask me why. Just end on a B flat chord. And that is the song. Okay, fella or gang, guys, all of you. Some of you are ladies. Well, seem to be a lot of guys interested in Billy Joel, but there's some ladies too. Anyway, I just wanted to thank you again. As always, I've had a lot of fun teaching this. Learning Billy Joel's music has been the passion of my life. Probably, I mean, even more so than just learning music in general. This has been a long-standing mission of mine, so to be able to share it with people who have like minds is a real privilege. Thank you for making it possible for me to do this, and thank you, like I always say, thank you so much for believing enough in yourself, especially as an adult, as most of you are, that you can take steps to do something that'll make you happy and that'll better yourself. That is so cool. So many people do not have the courage to do what you're doing. They don't think that they have the capacity to learn anything new anymore. You guys are saying, no, I'm not going to fall prey to that, and I really, really admire that and respect it. So keep doing what you're doing. It's good for you, it's good for me, and it's good for the world. I'll see you on the next tutorial. And just remember what I always say, guys. If you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. See you on the next video. Yeah, okay. I'm really out of here. See ya.